Wooden coasters are one of the oldest types of coasters, but they're dying, and it's a problem. Find out why in this video. So back in the day, farther back in the day, wooden coasters were all the rage. Probably because that was the only type of coaster that existed. Anyway, then in 1959, Arrow invented tubular steel track. Then the wooden coaster died. The end. But wait, there were still manufacturers such as PTC making wooden coasters. And in the 90s, there was a resurgence of wooden coasters with the DIN Corporation, RCCA, and CCI. And then came a manufacturer called GCI, and they still make wooden coasters to this day. So you might be thinking, what's the problem? They're still making wooden coasters. And yes, you're right, but then a company called RMC started refurbishing old and rough wooden coasters into smooth world-class coasters. And for a while it was awesome, but then they ran out of wooden coasters. Well, not really, but there was still some nice wooden coasters like Shivering Timbers or most of the GCIs. But GCI actually is the problem. Since RMC was making bank on conversions, GCI wanted in on the fun too. So in 2019, they unveiled Titan Track, which is basically a ripoff of RMC Track. But then in 2021, RMC ripped off GCI and made 208 Retrack. So what is 208 Retrack and Titan Track? Well, it's a steel track for parks that want to retrack their wooden coasters with steel instead of wood, because wood will create problems later on. So what's the problem of this steel track? Well, once they put steel track on a woody, I don't know if it counts as a wooden coaster anymore. But on some coasters, the steel track was beneficial, like on Wolverine Wildcat or even Boss, even though I think it should have been RMC'd. Anyway, I think using steel track on wooden coasters is fine if it's only used on certain coasters sparingly. And one coaster I hope gets more steel track is Zambezi Singer, because it's pretty new and a bit rough. But instead of doing that, you know what they're doing? They're putting steel track on great wooden coasters like Shivering Timbers, Boulder Dash, Prowler, and more. And it's sad for people that like riding wooden coasters. But a thing that would make everyone happy is retrack all the wooden coasters with Gravity Group pre-cut track. Now Racer at Kings Island has it, and it was perfect. Not too rough, but it still has the amazing wooden coaster rumble. Anyway, that's why wooden coasters are dying. What do you guys think of the idea of retracking wooden coasters of steel? I think they should just use Gravity Group pre-cut track so you still retain the nice wooden coaster rumble. Anyway, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and coaster it. Bye!